difference between a Yankee and a damn Yankee? She shook her head, indicating that she did not. A Yankee visits, then goes on. A damn Yankee comes and stays. He chuckled more at the expression on Laura's face than at his own joke. You got to learn to laugh if you want to be occasioned, Cher. He thrust out an arthritic hand. Aldous Thibodeau, pleased to meet with you. Aware her palms sweated in the heat, Laura took his hand. Go get you some lunch at DiMaggio's. Aldous waved her across the street. Laura smiled as she crossed to the cafe, the tar bubbles in the street popping beneath her shoes. To think, 2 days ago, she had been breathing the cool, clear air of the north and regaining the energy needed to restart her life. Now, she swam in this humid atmosphere. She paused beneath the awning shading the store. DiMaggio's was spelled out in red lettering shaded with yellow. Aslant in opposite corners of the glass were the words Hot Boudin and New Orleans-style muffalettas. Painted flames licked the letters of Boudin. Double red lines underscored New Orleans. A bell rang as she stepped into the pleasant dimness of the restaurant. A row of refrigerator cases held offerings of cold cuts, potato, and gelatin salads, and coleslaw. A bank of soft drink machines vended every beverage from apple juice to RC Cola. Chains of garlic and strings of red peppers hung in available corners, while postcard racks, packets of dried shrimp, baskets of pralines, and alligator toe keychains accumulated on the counter by the cash register. 2 oilcloth tables held caddies of salt, pepper, ketchup, and 1 bottle each of red and green pepper sauce. Most extraordinary among the clutter sat a shrine. In the one free corner stood a pale, blue-robed plaster Virgin Mary. A votive candle in a red glass holder burned at her feet, casting an eerie purple sheen over the statue's blue eyes and tinting the Virgin's blonde hair a light orange. Large bouquets of plastic roses, red and pink, flanked the candle. Only one other customer occupied the sandwich shop. He leaned against the formica counter with his back to Laura and did not turn around at her entrance. She formed a tentative line several feet from his worn and nicely filled jeans. David had always teased her about being a connoisseur of men's posteriors, an area in which he could not compete with his long, lanky body and flat derriere. She had promised to swear off looking when they married. The other customer continued to ignore her, giving Laura ample time to notice his stocky build, broad shoulders, and the thick black hair waving just over the collar of his khaki work shirt. With his shirt sleeves rolled up, exposing heavy biceps, she noticed more dark hair scattered across deeply tanned forearms. This kind of man probably needed to shave twice a day, but did not, Laura thought. She wondered if tiny Chapelle had something in common with New York City, where striking up conversations with the natives was somehow wrong. People in the South were supposed to be friendlier, but then she had already met Mr. Thibodeau across the way. A large woman clutching a styrofoam box hustled through a curtained doorway. There you go, T-Bob. 1 catfish po' boy fully dressed with my own special potato salad on the side. None of that packaged stuff in the cooler. Merci, Miss Lola. The customer pulled a wallet from his hip pocket, stretching the worn denim a little tighter for the moment. He took out a tin and shoved it across the counter. And a Dr. Pepper, too. Miss Lola rang up the sale and handed over the change. T-Bob pocketed the bills and dumped the coins into a half-full, gallon plastic jar with the photo of a bald, thin, large-eyed child pasted on the outside. A legend, written in black marker under the photo, read, "For Jason Bro's leukemia treatments." "That was nice of you," Laura remarked, trying to spark a conversation. The man turned and glanced briefly at Laura, making her very aware of her limp hair and wrinkled, water-spotted linen. "We take care of our own here in Chapelle. If you stay around, you'll realize that." "Ma'am?" He nodded slightly, causing a lock of black hair to slip across his forehead. He brushed the hair from eyes of bittersweet brown and strode out of the store to a battered pickup truck parked by the curb. He drove off before the shop door closed. Well, he had shaved today. Would have been a shame to cover that wonderful cleft chin with a beard, Laura thought. "Ooh, that T-Bob is some, huh? Too bad about him.